Welcome. Good to have you here in Toronto for this great movie. And I just, first have to ask you, were you a fan of Dickinson's work?
I was, and I am, even more now than before. But yes, the first time I ever heard anything about Emily Dickinson, somehow I missed her completely in school. But the first time I heard her was a friend played me a Rufus Wainwright song from one of her poems, which I don't think was ever released. It was a song he'd put to music, Will There Ever Be a Morning? And I don't know how I think my friend knew him or something. Yeah. And that was the first time. I was like, well, the song is great, Rufus Wainwright is great, but who wrote those words? Because they're extraordinary.
That's amazing.
And yes, it was beautiful. And so that's how I first discovered her from
your introduction to her.
Yeah.
And what was your reaction when when Terrence came to you and you saw this script and just really kind of dove into her life?
Yes. I mean, I very quickly realized that I just wanted to treat the script pretty much as I read the letters and I read the poems. I left all biographies to the side because it really is Terrence's interpretation of her life. And I didn't think it would serve me to really investigate other people's interpretations of her life, even if they're more true to the facts. I think Terrence is such an extraordinary genius and such an incredible artist, and to have such an artist interpret the life of another artist was fascinating.
Yeah,
so,
I can imagine. What was it like to work with him and have him direct this film?
He's quite. Have you met him?
Oh yeah.
He's amazing. I mean, there's only one Terrence, and he's so passionate and he's so unique. It was a wonderful experience. Every time I could, I would just go to the set, even if I didn't need to be there, just to watch him work. And it was a privilege.
Good experience. Mm-hmm. As I said, we learned so much about Emily's early life and her family life, and we don't really know about her family life. I mean, I didn't. I grew up reading her poems and learning them in school.
You did?
But yes, I did, and I really enjoyed them, and in school too. But I didn't know anything about her family, so I just found this very interesting. How much for you? Did you know anything about her? Just tell me about creating.
Yeah, I had heard what the bare facts that everybody hears. Recluse. That's basically all I knew. Recluse and not recognized in her own lifetime. That was about it. But I don't live very far from her home, and so I went to the Emily Dickinson Museum, which, if you're ever in Massachusetts, I recommend. It's really, really wonderful. And my husband and I drove up and went there, and they recreated in our studio in Belgium, they recreated the rooms, just the exact dimensions, and I really felt like our family home. It was wonderful.
How did you enjoy playing her? It's an interesting dynamic between her and I mean, we'll talk about Cynthia in a second, but just you playing the role of this sister. And
I loved her. I think her function is, it's funny because I was thinking last night, because I did a couple of interviews yesterday with Terrence, and I've just been doing a play at Lincoln Center that's where I've been playing a Norwegian, kind of brokering the Oslo Accord, and now I'm here talking about Vinny. And I was thinking yesterday, I'm slipping back into Vinny's position because it's my default setting with Terrence and Cynthia, because that's how I know them. Yeah. And Vinny, so I suddenly find that I'm becoming kind of a little bit lighter and more bouncy and more kind of smiley, very smiley. I don't know where this person is coming from.
It's good to be smiley, Jennifer.
It's good to be smiley, absolutely. But it's Vinny. It's funny to feel, because you don't always realize as an actor how much you're picking up.
For sure.
In the environment of your work, how you're picking up bits of the character and putting them together with the other people who are doing the same, Because Cynthia and I spent very intense 5 weeks together.
Yes.
And that was our first time knowing each other, really. So that, you do take an impression of your relationship on screen in life as well, I think, sometimes. So anyway, I'm just babbling now.
No, it's okay. No, it's fine. But so how did you
blame
enjoy
it on
working
Vinny
with Cynthia? Because you said you spent that intense time, and you both have such amazing theater backgrounds. Did that help you, or was that a?
Well, I think that I think we both have a facility with language that I think is probably often a prerequisite for theater, and or certainly you have a lot of practice with it, and I do think that was helpful. But I think everybody, because most of the other actors, apart from Keith Carradine, were British, so it's hard to be an actor in Britain and not have a theater background as well. So there was a lot of that, which I think was helpful with Terrence's language. But Cynthia, I adore her, and she's such an extraordinary actress, and I had the best seat in the house to watch her performance as Emily, and I cherish it.
I always love going to Broadway. It's one of my favorite things to do. Thank God we're only an hour away, so it's, I try to get there as much as possible. And I have seen you on the stage, and you're so amazing. And I just want to know what theater does for you, what it gives you, as opposed to doing a film or a TV show. Or
I think the fact that you get to keep working, you don't ever stop, you get to keep. I was just saying to Cynthia in the car on the way here that we just finished this play, Oslo, and we just closed on August 28th, but we're going to take it to Broadway, and we start rehearsing it again in February. And that it's lovely to have that gestation period, but we got to such a sweet spot right at the end of, because you do, even though you've been playing something for 3 months, it only gets better. And I think that opportunity to, I would never leave the rehearsal room if I if I didn't have to, but it's wonderful to keep working on something. Well, and also
the feel of having that live audience. Do you like that?
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Because I would think it's scary. I don't know. I mean, I'm not a theater actor, but I never could do it. But I just, to get out there, it must be every night a different experience.
Every night it's a different experience.
Amazing.
It is, yeah. And when it's good, there is nothing on earth that's better than it. And when, work-wise, and when it's not good, it's brutal. But when it's working, and you can always, you're always trying to make it work. So it's a great thing to do for a living.
Good. So you're just awesome at it. What's next? What are we going to see?
We're going to see Oslo. I'm going to be doing Oslo, yes. And I am doing a film next month, but I don't know if I can say it yet. But I'm doing something that I'm excited about.
Well, it was fun to watch her on the Blacklist, by the way, too. I love that show.
Thank you. She was a fun character.
Yeah, I love that show. Working with James Bader must have been a riot.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
Such a good show. Well, you're so great, and you did a fantastic job in this movie, really. And I don't envy the period clothing, but other than that, I don't know. Is it tough to wear that stuff?
Well, it's helpful. It's helpful. The fact that it's awkward is helpful because you're dealing with what they dealt with. But it's fun. Yeah. It is fun. I mean, stuff is fun.
Of course.
Business is fun. Yeah. And my film Little Men that I'm in, Iris X, just won at Deauville.
Oh,
so that's
congratulations!
Thank
you
just
so much. Recently opened here, so we just had it. Oh, well, good luck.
Movie.
That's fabulous. Good luck on everything and on this. It's such a great film, and always a pleasure to talk to you.
Thank you.